As Nicole said, I'm Tam. I'm one of the Campus Engagement Development Officers here. So with today's orientation and 2019 briefing, we will go through all the things that you guys need to know. Maybe not all the things that you need to know, because we know that throughout the year things will pop up, but obviously we'll go through orientation things and maybe just some admin-y type things that you will need to know for you to run your group successfully this year. So firstly, as Nicole said, we've got new CLOs, so please make yourself familiar with who your client liaison officer is. The details are on Maxing, so often when you are putting in an event request, there's an option where it says, please tag in your CLO, and there is a sheet there that lets you know what your group is and who your CLO is. Now, all of our CLOs have been students or are currently a student, so I know you might know them personally. If you are going to make any inquiries about your student group, please use their direct email address or the student groups at mq.edu.au email address. I don't really want people to be contacting them via Facebook or SMS, because that's just not professional. If it's a group, if it's a student group inquiry, we really want it to go through the correct means. This year also, I don't know if you guys are aware of what AHEGS is. So it stands for something, Australian Higher Education Graduate, I think, statement, and it's what you get when you graduate. What we have been able to do is get your position as an executive listed on your statement, so that when you are applying for roles, or if you want a record of your extracurricular activities, you can actually get that listed on AHEGS. How we will verify whether you're an executive, though, is actually through Maxing. So you just need to make sure that on your student group portal, that if you are an executive, and unfortunately at the moment, since this is the first year, it's kind of a slow process, we will allow people who are presidents, secretaries and treasurers to have their roles recognised. If you are a committee member that is not one of those authorised reps, unfortunately for this year, we can't get that listed on AHEGS, but we will work towards that in future years. Yes?
Sorry, I was going to ask, does that work also for past years, or is it only for current?
I think 2018 we will recognise presidents, 2019 it will be presidents, secretaries, treasurers, and then moving on from that, we will hope to have other committee members recognised. But we do verify that on Maxing, because anyone can come in and say, oh, but I was the president. So we don't really know. So we just need to make sure that you have your position request. You need to submit a request on Maxing. Your CLO will then verify that, and then it shows up on your Maxing portal that your tenure was, January 1st, 2019 to December 31st, 2019. And then when we go through the admin process of listing that, we can check on Maxing. So if you do want your position recognised, please make sure that on Maxing everything is correct. We are also going through the process of making sure that student groups have an updated constitution. Some of these constitutions have been around from 2015, 2016, and it's just a best practice to make sure that your constitutions are really up to date. If you'd like some help with going through that, then you can book a meeting with your CLO and we can go through that with you. But it is something that we hope to be able to get through this year, that everyone will have a constitution that is no longer than 2 years old. We'll provide you with a slightly different constitution template to work with as well if you need it, but I do know some societies have come up with their own, so we'll just make sure that we go through that to make sure that it complies with the other things that the university requires. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been getting your position requests, your new execs coming in, so we do have affiliation agreements ready for you to sign. If you still have an executive that is outstanding with the position requests on Maxing, then we don't have an affiliation request completed. We just need to make sure all three are up on Maxing, verified, and then we can create the affiliation agreement. If you're a new executive, you may not know that every year we actually go through a re-affiliation process. So this is something that we need to do this year, and something that you can let your new executive members coming through that they'll also need to do by the end of this year. Just some other admin stuff. So the locker codes have been reset, so that's the reason why some of you may not be able to access your locker. Come to our team. Our office area is just on the other side of where we're sitting, and we can give you access to your locker. Sort of outside our area, we have these little boxes that we've been calling our pigeonholes. if you ask for any printing requests, if you get any packages delivered to Campus Engagement, that's where we will put all your materials. We'll send you an email to say something's arrived and you can just come and collect it. Last year, the SRC, I think we've got some SRC reps here who'll be chatting later, but the SRC bought some new equipment for student groups to use. So we do have a barbecue that will be a dedicated halal barbecue. We've got some tables, pancake makers, waffle makers, so that we can do other food events other than barbecues. There's a projector, which we're using, and a screen, which we are not using. But if you need some of this equipment, they have all been listed up on the events request form on MaxSync. Also, we have a ping pong table. So one of our suppliers has given us a table tennis set. We've set it up here, but when session starts, we will pack it away so that if student groups want to use it for their events, you're welcome to borrow that. And once again, that'll be in the events form. Lastly, I know last year we had some tussles with group marketing here to get some events listed on social media. So the marketing team are very happy for student groups to contact them directly if you want to have your events and your activities listed on the Facebook and Instagram pages. You can email them directly, so the email is socialmedia@mq.edu.au, and also we'll send out this PowerPoint to everyone afterwards so you've got all of this information. So ideally what we would like is if you can get your events in at least, maybe say a week before, because what they'll do is on, every Monday there will be like a weekly posting of what's on. Obviously we want to also have some promotions in real time, so on the day of your events as well. We hope to be able to, maybe have some live stories or some live posts. And if you are from a group that you'd like to have your group profiled, then certainly let social media, the team know as well. And they may look at being able to profile your group on the Macquarie Uni campus page, and I think the Macquarie Uni Instagram page. So do we have Kimberly or Alex